Over the last month of the NBA season, there are only two teams with an equal or better record than the Utah Jazz. Those two teams, you might ask, the Los Angeles Clippers and the Boston Celtics. One of these teams is not like the others. What the Utah Jazz are doing right now is the most unique story in the NBA. Because whilst Boston and LA traded away future assets for a better shot at winning, Utah did the exact opposite, or so we thought. I mean, guys, their current starting lineup consists of two players they got as throw-ins in the Donovan Mitchell trade, John Collins, who they got for nothing, and two players that weren't in the league the last time Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert were on this team. And this is in addition to 10 first-round picks over the next 5 seasons. Yes, 10 of them. But the craziest part about this is you could argue the Jazz have already won both trades, and that's without even factoring in their future draft picks, because you guys have already seen what one half of the Donovan Mitchell trade did last season.
Here's Markkanen, drives paint. That got to Markkanen. The booster, posterized Sabonis.
Well, I'm here to tell you, Lauri Markkanen wasn't the only talented young player they got in return for Donovan Mitchell, because Colin Sexton has absolutely changed this Utah team with his ability to do things like this. He races to the three-point line before attacking Beasley immediately off the catch, and then look at the footwork to stop on a dime, pivot, and step through. And if that looks unconventional for someone his size, it is. Despite being 6'2", Sexton has this unique ability to maneuver his way around defenders once he gets into the paint. I mean, look at this play against Vassell, where he crosses one way, backs it out before a nasty in and out dribble, and then bullies his way to the basket. Guys, Devin Vassell is 6'5", and Colin Sexton just put him in the weight room. And you didn't really think I would talk about Colin Sexton without mentioning his breakneck speed. Just look at him against Gordon. The crossover, the slight hesitation, and the ability to finish at the rim. And if you want to see how fast Sexton truly is, in front of him is Tyrese Maxey, who by many is considered one of the fastest players in the NBA. And just watch Colin absolutely burn him with a quick in and out dribble before getting to the rim in a flash. If he gets the ball in transition, there's not a single player in the league that has any hope of containing him, and his ability to attack downhill paired with a solid three-point shot has led to serious production from him. Since becoming a starter, Sexton is averaging just under 22 and 5 a game. And just to put into perspective how wild this is, as a duo with Sexton starting and Lauri doing what he does, they are averaging a combined 45 points per game on terrific efficiency. The fact they got a top 25 player in the NBA alongside a walking 20 points a night in return for Donovan Mitchell to go along with Ochai Agbaji, 3 first-round picks, and 2 pick swaps, Danny Ainge, you are a wizard. And whilst we're talking about winning trades, we might as well talk about the other trade they've already won. 1 year after trading Rudy Gobert, they've already got Keontae George and Walker Kessler to thank for it. And Kessler is still doing what he does best, blocking every shot in sight, ranking 4th in the NBA in blocks per game, behind only Wemby, Lopez, and AD. And don't get it twisted, even though he's not currently starting, he's still an absolute difference maker for Utah. In fact, the Jazz have a record of 19-14 with him in the lineup, but it's this year's rookie who might have the most potential of anyone Utah have drafted since Donovan Mitchell. And I know some people will point to his efficiency, well, I'm here to tell you, we don't care about his efficiency when he can do things like this.
Cutting, running. I guess the Clippers. Keontae backpedals.
Yeah, Keontae George has all the tools to be a star in the NBA. I mean all of the tools. Not only can he create space at will with nasty crossovers and a great change of direction, but his most impressive trait so far has been his playmaking ability, averaging 4.5 assists per game in just 24 minutes a night. And it's because he has a great understanding for angles and timing, just like here where Kessler sets the screen. And with Beverly sliding over, the passing angle isn't there, so he takes a another dribble right to create the opening for the pocket pass. And speaking of manipulating the defense, this time it's Collins setting the screen. And again, he's faced with two defenders, but look how smart this hesitation is to throw Nurkic off before then lobbing it up to Collins. He also has the ability to use his speed to get into the paint and then kick it out to the Jazz's array of shooters. But my favorite pass from him all season came in a recent game versus Toronto. Clarkson initially breaks the paint, kicking it to Fontecchio, who swings it to Keontae, and look at this lightning quick crossover before drawing two defenders and dropping the pass to Kessler. A lot of players can make plays when they have the opportunity to dribble the air out of the ball, but that innate ability to make a play off the bounce is what every team needs from their lead guard to win a chip. Have I mentioned he's also a bucket? Just watch him on this play attack Okogie off the dribble and look how smooth that crossover and jumper is. Or how about this play where he has Mathurin on an island? He fakes as though he's going to give the handoff to Clarkson before crossing right and just attacking the body of Mathurin for what clearly should have been a three-point opportunity. At just 20 years old, Keontae George has pretty much all the tools you could hope for from a guard in the modern NBA. And I can't help but think he and Lauri Markkanen could form an absolutely elite duo. Because in case the world thought last season was a fluke from Lauri, he's still absolutely elite. And after spending an entire offseason playing for his country and serving his country, he's just as good as ever. And look no further than his recent game against the Lakers, where he did absolutely everything for Utah, putting up 29, 9, and 5 to go along with clamping Anthony Davis. Yeah, the best 7-footer on the floor was Lauri Markkanen. Just look at the quality of shots Lauri forced AD to take. AD had to settle for mid-range shots because Lauri was strong enough to compete with him in the post, but also quick enough to not get blown past on the perimeter. He was even defending pick and rolls like a 5-man would. The idea that Utah should even consider trading Lauri Markkanen is absolutely crazy to me. This is someone who gives you 25 points a night on elite efficiency whilst competing on defense. And oh yeah, the best part, he averages 1 turnover a game. How many other star players can you say average 1 turnover a game and have absolutely zero ego? But you know the best part about this team? In spite of all the assets they've collected and the players they've acquired through trades, 40% of their starting lineup is made up of a player they got from the G League and someone they brought over from Europe. Yes, Chris Dunn and Simone Fontecchio might not be lighting the world on fire, but they are absolute pros in the best way possible for this team. Honestly, it's a wonder no one picked up Fontecchio earlier, because at 6'8", he can move his feet on defense, put the ball on the floor, and most importantly, he is an absolute sniper, shooting just under 40% from 3 on just under 5 attempts per game, which includes shots like this, where he crosses up Nick Batum before going to the step back 3, or more regularly, he's moving actively off the ball to spot up and provide an option. And with his size and quick release, it's so hard to contest his shot. Then you have Chris Dunn, whose combination of playmaking and defense is just a flat out winning combination. I haven't even mentioned the fact they have Jordan Clarkson and Kelly Olynyk coming off the bench. If that's not a sign of their depth, I don't know what is. Anyways, if you did make it all the way to the end of the video, you might as well subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Either way, have a great day. Bye.